What's going on, everybody? Back with Pokemon TCG Noob. Thought I'd switch it up for my next episode. Just thought I'd show off some Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't have a whole lot of knowledge about Yu-Gi-Oh! In terms of, card rarity or value. I know a lot more about like the first, vintage season one kind of stuff like that. But just thought I'd switch it up for a little bit, just doing a quick intro, just some trap cards here, nothing special. So I do know more of like the first edition, not so much about the other ones, but they are still pretty cool. Magic Cylinder from, the anime. So I'm going to get into the trap cards, some spell cards, and then we'll get into the good stuff with the other monster cards. Trap Hole, I think, was in Dust Tornado. I recognize that one. So there is a lot. Yep, Shadow Spells, first edition. Yep. So I'll go through these pretty quickly. Jar of Greed. Wonder what it does. Pot of Greed lets me draw 2 cards. Alright, let's check out some spell cards. And a lot of these, they're just mixes of all different sets and editions and years. Nothing. I don't play competitively or anything, but I just kind of like to keep them and look at them and collect them. So I do like when the name of the card itself is holographic and the artwork's really cool with the light flickering in the background. Looks kind of angelic. So Mystical Space Typhoon, I do remember that one from the anime. I think that was, I don't know if it's first edition, but I recognize it. The Pendulum stuff, holy cow, the Pendulum stuff is like, there's so many rules, so many different, I can't even keep up with it in the anime. Pendulum is like, it's just all the different rules of going back and forth, trying to use them as trap cards or spell cards or whatever. I don't even remember. Alright, so here is the meat, or the bulk of it with the actual monster cards. I haven't looked at these in a while, so I don't remember everything I have. And I'll probably mispronounce some of them. I'm not going to try and pronounce all of them. Just any that I recognize or any that makes sense to me or remind me of something. So what is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card? Do you play Yu-Gi-Oh competitively or just collect them, or more of a Pokemon fan? They've got so many different cards. If I tried to replay, played with friends when I was younger, but Mystical Elf first edition, do remember that one. I don't think I have Dark Magician or Blue Eyes or anything. There is, I'm realizing I don't have much to talk about because I really recognize more of the Pokemon cards. I do like this one. That's pretty cool. Michael the Arch Lightsworn. Kind of like an Archangel. But the Synchro Summons and Pendulum and all that stuff is it's like you have to read a paragraph to figure out what they do before you can play. Luster Dragon first edition, that's pretty cool. I like that one. Alright, just a few more, I guess one more stack to go through of these. That looks familiar. Millennium Shield, I recognize that one. Injection Fairy. Yep. I don't know if I have any. See, this is where it gets me, where you can use it, I think, as maybe a spell card or if has a different effect, but then you have to Pendulum Summon. I got lost after that, and I just kind of gave up. What is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh anime? Okay, Stargazer. See, I mean, the design is really cool, and I mean, it's kind of cool in the anime to make it, suspenseful and dramatic with all the pendulum. I just feel like if you play the game, you just have to really study it to learn it. Yo, Obelisk the Tormentor. Holy cow. Where did I get this? Limited edition. Where did I get this from? I feel like Seto Kaiba. When he like pulls Obelisk and just summons him out of the ground in Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions. He just like summons him out of the ground. And Diva's like, how can this be? Yo, that is pretty nice. Obelisk the Tormentor. That's pretty cool. I don't know if that's really worth anything. I may have got it from going to like a movie or something. I really don't. I don't know if this, I mean, the card game, I guess, started in 96, but I don't know where this card is from. Yeah, that's really cool. It's definitely one worth keeping. Alright, last little bit. Odd Eyes from the Arc V, I believe. That, you know, Obelisk is probably the most, I don't know if it's valuable, but to me it is, you know, the most valuable one that I have. That's cool artwork on that one. And I mean, I don't know of any of these that are another Pendulum, Destiny End, Dragon, Fusion, pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah, so I definitely got a ways to go to work on my collection. But that's definitely, may not be worth anything, but that's really cool. Obelisk the Tormentor. Alright guys, well that concludes Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode, so just let me know what you guys think. If you want to see anything else Yu-Gi-Oh! Related, I don't have a lot of this. This was really just the collection I have. I haven't looked at it since this video. But we'll be back with some more Pokemon TCG stuff next time. Give me a like, thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you want to see next. Alright guys, take it easy.